Welcome to this edition of Ethical Sustainable Investment News and Analysis to Profit By. I'm Ron Robbins, an ethical investing pioneer for over 40 years, quoted in the Wall Street Journal, MarketWatch, the Globe and Mail, and numerous other media, and founder of the highly respected global ethical sustainable investing information website, Investing for the Soul. And please listen to my disclaimer statement at the end of this podcast. Now enjoy this podcast. Hello, Ron Robbins here. Welcome to my podcast episode 159, published on September 26, 2025, titled Sustainable Stock and ETF Picks, September 2025. Now, before I begin, I just want to apologize if you hear a dog barking at various points in the background. It's not anything I have any control over, unfortunately. Okay, so we carry on. This podcast is presented by Investing for the Soul. Investingforthesoul.com is your go-to site for vital global, ethical, and sustainable investing mentoring, news, commentary, information and resources. Remember that you can find a full transcript and links to content, including stock symbols and bonus material, on this episode's podcast page at investingforthesoul.com/podcasts. Also, a reminder, I do not evaluate any of the stocks or funds mentioned in these podcasts, and I don't receive any compensation from anyone covered in these podcasts. Furthermore, I will reveal any investments I have in the investments mentioned herein. I have a great crop of 15 articles for you in this podcast. Note, some companies are covered more than once. This podcast edition is going to be heavy on solar stocks, and for good reason. I'm beginning with this article titled, Can Solar Power the AI Boom? Top Stocks to Watch on Finance.yahoo.com. It's by Ethan Feller and originally published on Zacks.com. Here are some quotes. It's hard to overstate how attractive solar stocks look right now, even without considering the potential AI infrastructure catalyst. The stocks highlighted here have already shown powerful momentum year to date. So here are the stocks. 1. Solar Edge Technologies. With shares trading at depressed valuations and demand for utility-scale inverters likely to rebound, Solar Edge Technologies offers contrarian upside if execution improves. Though it isn't yet reflected by the Zacks rank, Solar Edge Technologies currently has a Zacks rank number 3, which is a hold rating. It has experienced some significant revisions higher to its earnings estimates. Sales are also projected to grow by more than 24%, both this year and next. 2. Next Tracker Inc. As the leading provider of solar trackers, Next Tracker directly benefits from the shift to utility-scale projects. Its technology boosts panel efficiency and lowers costs, making it a natural winner as large-scale solar build-outs accelerate. The stock has moved significantly higher this year, up 85%, yet the company still trades at just 16.6 times forward earnings. 3. Sunrun, a pure play on residential solar. Sunrun has struggled under higher interest rates, but as financing conditions ease and consumer adoption of solar plus storage grows, Sunrun could be positioned for a strong recovery. Based on recent revisions, earnings are expected to inflect meaningfully positive over the next year. 4. Array Technologies. Like Nextracker, Array builds solar tracking systems that enhance utility scale efficiency. With a global footprint and strong backlog, Array offers solid exposure to the utility scale solar build-out at a reasonable valuation. With earnings projected to grow 21.6% annually over the next 3 to 5 years and a forward earnings multiple of 14.2 times, Array boasts a price-earnings to growth ratio of 0.66. The combination of strong growth and reasonable valuation offers a compelling risk-reward opportunity. 5. Shoals Technologies Group. Shoals specializes in balance of system components, wiring, connectors, and infrastructure that every solar farm needs. Its recurring demand base and high margins make it a steady, less flashy way to play the solar boom. Shoals Technologies Group is in an especially advantaged vertical and is the only name in the group with the Zacks ranked number 2 buy rating, reflected by upward trending earnings revisions. Now, solar's role in powering the AI revolution. If AI data centers really do scale toward hundreds of gigawatts of demand, solar will almost certainly claim a portion and potentially large share of that market, making now an opportune time to consider exposure to the sector before the market fully prices in this growth. End quotes. Continuing on the solar power theme is this article. It's titled 3 Stocks to Buy as Solar Power Set to Drive 50% Plus of New Capacity on finance.yahoo.com. I had to include it as the author is a favorite on this site. Her name is Aparita Dutta. Here are some quotes on her picks. Positive projections from the Energy Information Administration show solar powering over half of new U.S. electricity generation in 2025, signaling a rebound. While headwinds remain, growing demand and installation trends should sustain U.S. solar industry momentum. 1. Sunrun. Again, based in San Francisco, California, the company develops, owns, manages, and sells residential solar energy systems. The Zacks consensus estimate for Sunrun's 2025 revenues indicates an improvement of 11.2% from the prior year reported figure. The company currently sports a Zacks ranked number 1 strong buy. 2. Shoals Technologies. The company manufactures a diverse portfolio of solar balance of systems products, including combiner, recombiner boxes, disconnect boxes, custom harnessing solutions, junction boxes, wire, inline fuses, and racking and monitoring solutions. The stock boasts a long-term 3 to 5 years earnings growth rate of 24%. The Zacks consensus estimate for 2025 sales indicates an improvement of 15.3% from the prior year reported figure. The company currently carries a Zacks rank number 2 buy. And 3. Tigo Energy Inc. Based in Campbell, California, the company is a provider of intelligent solar and energy storage solutions. On September 2, 2025, Tigo Energy announced that its 3-phase Tigo EI residential solution has successfully completed mandatory compliance testing with a Slovak distribution system operator. This certification confirms that the solution complies with local grid requirements and Slovak regulatory standards, ensuring safe, efficient, and innovative solar energy management. The ZAC's consensus estimate for 2025 sales indicates an improvement of 91.9% from the prior year reported figure. It currently carries a ZAC's rank number 2. End quotes. The next article is a useful compilation in chart form of the top sustainable ETFs. It's titled Green ETFs 2026, Best Sustainable ETFs USA, Top Environmentally Friendly ETFs on garadsud.md. That's GARADESUD.md. It's by Bharat Schaefer. The Sustainable Investing ETF list below highlights the top funds known for eco-conscious selections and healthy returns. Now, there's a big chart of various ratios and so forth related to these names on the this podcast page. But I'm just going to mention the actual names of the ETFs. iShares Global Clean Energy ETF, Vanguard ESG US Stock ETF, SPDR, the SPDR S&P 500 ESG ETF, Invesco Solar ETF, iShares MSCI USA ESG Optimized ETF, First Trust Nasdaq Clean Edge Green Energy ETF, BMO Clean Energy ETF, X-Trackers MSCI USA ESG Leaders Equity ETF, Global X Renewable Energy Producers ETF, and iShares ESG Aware MSCI USA ETF. End quotes. Now I want to mention a few top sustainable dividend-paying stocks that have appeared for September 2025. 1. Why United Parcel Service is a top socially responsible dividend stock on Nasdaq.com by BNK Invest. Quote, United Parcel Service Inc. has been named a top socially responsible dividend stock by Dividend Channel with a strong 7.4% yield. End quote. 2. PFG named a top socially responsible dividend stock on theonlineinvestor.com by the online investor staff. Quote, Principal Financial Group Inc. has been named a top socially responsible dividend stock by Dividend Channel with a strong 3.9% yield. End quote. 3. TXN named a top socially responsible dividend stock on Nasdaq.com by BNK Invest. Quote, Texas Instruments Inc. has been named a top socially responsible dividend stock by Dividend Channel, including a strong 3.2% yield. End quote. This last article is titled Renewable Energy Dividend Stocks, a double win of green investment on NAI500.com. Is by Sunlight Jiang. Here are a few quotes on the picks. 1. Brookfield Renewable Partners. With a market cap of $7 billion and a dividend yield of 5.89%, it is one of the world's largest renewable energy platforms. It operates over 5,300 power generation facilities across 4 continents, with a total generation capacity of nearly 40 gigawatts. While it is a leader in hydroelectric power, it is actively expanding into wind, solar, and energy storage. In July 2025, it signed a 3-gigawatt hydroelectric supply agreement with Google's parent company, Alphabet, setting a record for corporate hydroelectric procurement. The company expects continued cash flow growth and has a project pipeline of 24 gigawatts. Its investment-grade balance sheet and conservative dividend payout ratio support its expansion capabilities. Combining its dividend yield and growth potential, its expected annualized return is around 15%. 2. NextEra Energy. Although its subsidiary, XPLR Infrastructure, suspended its dividend, the parent company maintains a strong dividend track record. It has increased its payout for 30 consecutive years, with a compound annual growth rate of 10% since 2007. Its dividend yield stood at 3.2% in mid-2025, roughly double the S&P 500 average. This Fortune 200 company, which owns the largest utility in the U.S., Florida Power and Light, added 1.1 gigawatts of solar, wind, and storage capacity in the second quarter of 2025, with capital expenditures reaching $2 billion. Despite policy headwinds, it added 3.2 gigawatts to its project backlog during the quarter, bringing the total backlog to approximately 30 gigawatts, compared to 38 gigawatts of operating capacity. 3. Clearway Energy. Boasting a market cap of $3 billion and a dividend yield of 7.52%, it owns nearly 12 gigawatts of renewable energy capacity, in addition to operating 2.8 gigawatts of natural gas generation facilities and district energy systems. Long-term PPAs, that's purchase agreements, ensure stable cash flow, and its annual dividend is expected to grow by 5 to 8% in the coming years. Although it paused a 200 megawatt solar project in Hawaii due to wildfire risks, it reached a deal in April 2025 to supply power to Microsoft from its planned 335 megawatt Mount Storm wind farm project in West Virginia. Thanks to its close ties with project developer Clearway Energy Group, it has access to a 30 gigawatt project pipeline. A reasonable dividend payout ratio and ample liquidity underpin its resilience. End quotes. Now references to more articles with sustainable investment picks for September 25 from around the world. So this is just a listing. 1. Title: Sempra, named top socially responsible dividend stock with 3.1% yield on ainvest.com by BNK Invest. 2. Title: 3 alternative energy stocks to watch amid impacts of policy shift on finance.yahoo.com by Aparita Dutta. 3. Title: Boston Financial Group launches tool to promote biblical investing on WNG.org by Christina Grubb. 4. Title: Is Ethereum's $5,000 breakout a sustainable investment opportunity or market overextension on ainvest.com by Blockbyte. 5. Title: GE Vernova gets price target boost amid stronger outlook on MSN.com by Neha Gupta. 6. Title: ESG lives on. Sustainable fund picks for every investment style on Trustnet.com by Emmy Hawker. 7. Title: Solar Stocks. Trump guidance offers new dawn. This is the next growth driver on Investors.com by Kit Norton. And number 8. Title: Top wind energy stocks to consider for solid returns and portfolio growth on finance.yahoo.com by Avishek Bhattacharjee. So these are my top news stories with their stock and fund tips for this podcast. Sustainable Stock and ETF Picks, September 2025. Please click the like and subscribe buttons wherever you download or listen to this podcast. That helps bring this podcast to others like you. And please click the share buttons to share this podcast with your friends and family. Let's promote ethical and sustainable investing as a force for hope and prosperity in these tumultuous times. Contact me if you have any questions. Thank you for listening. My next podcast will be on October 24th. As you may recall from my last podcast, I will be recording these podcasts on the fourth Friday of every month, as of a month ago. So, see you on October 24th, and bye for now. Learn how to create a simple portfolio reflecting your personal values by taking my 1-hour tutorial. Go to investingforthesoul.com/podcasts and click the link in the right-hand column for my DIY Ethical Sustainable Investing Pays tutorial. Now, I'll mention in the podcast if I have any direct interest or holdings in companies or securities I'm talking about. Furthermore, any news, opinions, analysis, or other information offered by myself, as well as references and information to or from other external sources in this podcast, is provided as general market information and should not be relied upon and thus does not constitute investment advice. Investors should consult their own licensed investment professional before making investments. Also, I will not accept liability for any loss or damage, including without limitation any loss of profit, which may arise directly or indirectly from use of or reliance on information in this podcast. Do contact me at ronr@investingforthesoul.com. Signing off, this is Ron Robbins.